I'm not renting to druggies. I'm not renting to people that are strung up, but people rather are trying to improve their lives.
When a halfway house for recovering addicts opens up, outraged neighbors say they were never notified, and now there's really nothing they can do about it. The Rusty Ray Oxford home is set to open on Monday.
6 recovering drug and alcohol addicts will live in that home on Southeast Where Else Lane in Milwaukie. Jessica Morkert is following the story. And Jessica, neighbors say they were never notified.
No, and that's the real issue. That's the real issue here, Jeff and Jenny. Many of the neighbors who I spoke to say in a community where there are plenty of children and there are families that they should at the very least have been notified about this.
What about my property values? I feel like I'm being discriminated against a little bit too.
John Fox says in just 6 days, the home 2 doors down will become a 6-member, self-governed drug and alcohol halfway house. The homeowner recently decided to lease to the Oxford House Recovery Organization.
Everybody deserves a second chance, but the fact that there's a possibility of a reoffending type thing, where they could fall off the wagon, so to speak, get back into alcohol and drugs is pretty high percentage, actually.
Neighbors say the quiet, family-oriented community is not the right setting for a halfway house. Fox says on average, some 75% of the addicts in Oxford homes have served jail time. At the very least, he and others would have liked notification.
Are those people down there criminals other than just drugs and alcohol? Have they committed violent crimes?
Homeowner Leo Morley says he decided to try Oxford because he was unsuccessful renting his home to anyone else.
It's an organization, so if I rent to them, there's a problem, I can call the organization.
Plus, Morley says Oxford does not allow sex offenders or arsonists to move in. He says the home is a place for recovery.
Do you feel any obligation to notify your neighbors?
Well, I didn't know that I was going to do it like till 2 weeks ago, and no, I didn't, because it's not. I'm not renting to druggies. I'm not renting to people that are strung up, but people rather are trying to improve their lives.
Now, an Oxford representative says that this house here falls under federal protection and fair housing protection. So the renters here are, in fact, renters, and Oxford doesn't necessarily have to disclose that. But many neighbors say they plan to ask questions all about this at a meeting at 7 o'clock here in this community, and there will be an Oxford representative present. We will also have a crew there, and we'll have a report and update for you coming up at 11 o'clock. Live in Milwaukie, Jessica Morkert, KOIN 6 News.